You are standing at the edge of a vast and silent forge. This is not a place of fire and hammer, of steel and anvil, though its workings are no less intense. This is the internal forge, the one that exists in the quiet space behind your eyes. And in this forge you are both the blacksmith and the raw material. Every single day, from the moment you wake to the moment you surrender to sleep, you are at this anvil. And the hammer in your hand is your thought. Look at your life right now. Examine it, not with judgment, but with the cold, clear eyes of an auditor. Your bank account, your relationships, your health, your sense of purpose and fulfillment, every single aspect of the reality you inhabit, is nothing more and nothing less than the physical manifestation of the thoughts you have consistently held and hammered upon the anvil of your mind. You have been building this reality, piece by piece, thought by thought, for your entire life. The question that must now shake you to your very core is this: have you been its conscious architect? Or its unconscious prisoner? I can tell you, with the certainty of a man who has walked both paths, that for the longest time, I was the prisoner. I believed my circumstances were the cause of my thinking. That my bank balance dictated my sense of abundance. That the opinions of others dictated my self-worth. That past failures dictated future attempts. This is the great, seductive lie of the unconscious mind. It is a reactive state. A state of bondage. And it will build for you a life of quiet desperation, of limitation, of whispered dreams that never see the light of day. Because it uses whatever scrap metal is lying around, the fears of your youth, the doubts of your peers, the perceived failures of yesterday, and it hammers them, relentlessly, into the bars of your own cage. But there is another way. A discovery so profound it can split your life into a before and an after. It is the discovery that your thinking is not the result of your circumstances, it is the cause of them. This is the fundamental principle that every great mind, from Edison to Ford, from Carnegie to Disney, understood not as a philosophy, but as a law of nature, as immutable as gravity. They knew that the internal world must first be constructed before the external world can reflect it. They knew that to build a skyscraper, you first need the blueprint. Not the other way around. Your mind is the drafting table. Your thoughts are the ink. And your life is the building that will inevitably rise, in exact detail, from those plans. So how do you move from prisoner to architect? It begins with the most radical act of rebellion you will ever undertake. It begins with taking absolute, unquestioned, sovereign control of the forge. It begins with the mastery of your own thinking. This is not about positive thinking. This is not about slapping a happy smile on a face that feels despair. That is a hollow mockery of the true power I am speaking of. This is about definitive thinking. This is about purposeful thinking. This is about evicting the chaotic, random, fear-based thoughts that have been squatters in the palace of your mind, and installing, with deliberate intention, the thoughts that serve the grand vision of the life you are destined to live. The first step, and the most difficult, is to become the silent watcher. You must step back from the constant chatter, the endless stream of opinions, judgments, and fears. You must observe them, as you would observe clouds passing in the sky. They are not the sky itself. They are merely weather patterns, temporary and transient. Your conscious awareness is the sky. Eternal. Untouchable. This is the seat of your power. From this quiet center, you can begin to choose. You can look at a thought. I am not good enough to build that business. And you can see it for what it is, a piece of scrap metal, a relic from a past failure, offered up by the unconscious mind. And from your place of power, you can refuse it. You can say, no. That is not the material I will use. I choose a different thought. And you select, with the care of a master craftsman selecting the finest alloy, a new thought. I am capable of learning any skill required to succeed. This is not affirmation. This is command. This is the act of rewriting the blueprint. This is where you move from a life designed by accident to a life designed by purpose. And this requires a level of clarity that most people are terrified to embrace. Because most people prefer the comfort of their ambiguity to the terrifying responsibility of a definite purpose. They drift on the ocean of chance, hoping the currents will take them to a pleasant shore. The architect does not hope. The architect decides the exact coordinates of his destination. He draws it in stunning detail. He knows the number of rooms, the view from the windows, the feeling of the floor beneath his feet. You must do the same for your life. What is it that you truly want? Not what society tells you to want. Not what your parents expected you to want. But the deep, burning desire that stirs in your soul in your most honest moments? You must define it with such clarity that it becomes more real to you than the room you are sitting in now. This vision, this burning desire, becomes the central magnet of your mind. It begins to pull every thought into alignment with it. Every great achievement in human history was first a single, dominant thought in the mind of a man or a woman who refused to let it go. Henry Ford held the thought of a horseless carriage for the masses with such tenacity that he reshaped the entire world. He saw it, complete, long before the first assembly line was ever conceived. Thomas Edison held the thought of electric light with such unwavering belief that 10,000 failed experiments were not failures to him. They were simply discoveries of 10,000 ways that would not work on the path to the one way that would. His thought was the constant. The external reality was forced to conform. Your vision must become this real to you. It must be the first thing you connect with in the morning and the last thing you hold before you sleep. You must mentalize it. See it. Feel it. Taste it. This is the process of impressing this dominant thought upon the subconscious mind, the most powerful force you possess. Your subconscious mind is the master builder. It is the infinite intelligence that coordinates the beating of your heart, the regeneration of your cells, the complexities of your immune system. It is a force of nature, and it is utterly literal. It takes the thoughts you consistently hold, the blueprints you provide, and it goes to work 24 hours a day, 7 days a week, to manifest them into your physical reality. It works through your ideas, your impulses, your opportunities. But it must be guided. It must be given a clear command. A vague wish produces a vague result. A burning desire, backed by absolute belief and held with relentless consistency, is a command that the subconscious must obey. It has no choice. It is its nature. It will orchestrate events, bring you the people you need, and open the doors you require to walk through. But you must hold the vision. You must not waver. This is where the world will test you. This is where the unconscious mind, comfortable in its old habits, will rebel. It will send up flares of fear. It will show you every reason why your vision is impossible. It will point to your past. It will point to your current resources. It will amplify the doubts of those around you. This is the critical moment. This is the battle for the forge. Will you drop the hammer of your definite purpose and pick up the old hammer of doubt? Or will you stand, firm in your conviction, and continue to hammer the thought of your vision, over and over and over again, until it is the only vibration you emit into the universe? This is the practice. This is the discipline. It is the daily, hourly, moment-to-moment choosing of your thought. It is the rejection of the alien thought that does not serve your purpose. It is the cultivation of a mind that is a fortress, impervious to the sieges of negativity. And this discipline, this relentless focus, is fueled by one thing and one thing only, a purpose that is greater than your momentary discomfort. Why? Why must you achieve this? Is it for the money? That is a weak fuel. It will burn out quickly. Is it for the fame? That is a fickle master. The only fuel that is inexhaustible, the only purpose that can sustain you through the inevitable trials, is one that is connected to service. How does your dream serve others? How does it add value to the world? How does it lift people up? Rockefeller's purpose was not merely to be rich. It was to bring order and efficiency to an entire industry. Ford's purpose was not merely to sell cars. It was to democratize mobility for the common man. Your vision must have a soul. It must have a heartbeat that resonates with something larger than yourself. This is the North Star that will guide you through the darkest nights of the journey. When the fear comes, you will not overcome it with a pep talk. You will overcome it by connecting, once again, to the profound why that is the source of your power. This is the alignment of desire with purpose. This is where your personal dream becomes a mission. And a mission attracts allies. It attracts resources. It commands respect. People are drawn to a man or a woman who knows where they are going. Uncertainty is repellent. Certainty is a magnet. When you are clear, the universe becomes clear. Opportunities that were always there, but that you were blind to, suddenly become visible. Conversations take on new meaning. A book falls off a shelf. A podcast mentions a name. A stranger offers a piece of advice. This is not coincidence. This is the subconscious mind, your master builder, orchestrating the world in accordance with your command. It is the principle of harmony. When your thoughts are in harmony with your burning desire, backed by a purpose of service, the entire universe conspires to assist you. But you must take the first step. You must act. Thought is the blueprint, but action is the groundbreaking. The two are inseparable partners in the dance of creation. To think without acting is to dwell in fantasy. To act without thinking is to build on quicksand. The architect must also be the construction chief. You must be willing to take the first step, however small, in the direction of your vision. Do not wait for the entire plan to be revealed. It will never be revealed to the passive observer. It reveals itself step by step to the one who is moving. That first action, that first phone call, that first hour of study, that first saved dollar, that is a powerful thought made physical. It is a signal to your subconscious, and to the universe, that you are serious. That you are committed. That the blueprint is now under construction. And with each action, your belief grows. And with grown belief, your thoughts become more powerful. And with more powerful thoughts, your actions become more inspired. This is the virtuous cycle of creation. There will be obstacles. There will be setbacks. The market will shift. Plans will fail. People will disappoint. This is not a sign that you are off path. This is the path. The obstacle is not the enemy of the thought, it is its tempering fire. It is the friction that strengthens your resolve and forces you to innovate. The only way to avoid obstacles is to build nothing of consequence. Every masterpiece is forged in the fire of challenge. The key is your interpretation. What is the thought you hold about the obstacle? Do you see it as a permanent barrier? Then it is. Or do you see it as a temporary puzzle to be solved, a necessary lesson to be integrated into your ever-evolving blueprint? Your perspective is everything. The setback is neutral. It is just an event. The meaning you assign to it with your thoughts will determine whether it becomes a tombstone or a stepping stone. This is where gratitude becomes your most powerful tool. Not as a passive acceptance of circumstance, but as an active, defiant declaration of faith in your own vision. When you can look at a challenge and, instead of cursing it, find a way to be grateful for the strength it is forcing you to develop, you have taken absolute command of your mind. You are now using every single event, every piece of material life throws at you, as fuel for your forge. You are the alchemist, turning lead into gold. This is the ultimate mastery. It is the understanding that there is no such thing as failure. There is only feedback. There are only results. And a result that does not match your vision is not a stop sign, it is a detour sign, offering you crucial information you did not have before. It is making your blueprint more intelligent, more resilient, more refined. This journey never ends. The mastery of thought is not a destination you arrive at and then rest. It is the ongoing, eternal practice of the conscious life. It is the daily choice to be the architect. To guard the gate of your mind with fierce determination. To feed it only with the thoughts that empower, that build, that create. To starve the thoughts that weaken, that destroy, that limit. You will have days where the old habits return. Where the unconscious mind seems to win. Forgive yourself in that moment. And then, with the very next thought, return to your forge. Pick up your hammer. And begin again. This is not about perfection. It is about direction. It is about the relentless, unwavering return to the vision. So I ask you again, standing now at your own forge, with the hammer of your will in your hand, what will you build? The materials are all there. The same materials that built empires and masterpieces and lives of profound joy and service are available to you now. They are your thoughts. The only difference between the life you have and the life you crave is the quality, the consistency, and the purpose of the thoughts you choose to hold and to act upon from this day forward. You are not the victim of your world. You are the creator of it. You have always been. The only thing that has changed is that now, you know it. Now, you are conscious of the power you have always wielded, perhaps blindly. Now, you can take the helm. The storm may not cease immediately. The seas may still be rough. But you are no longer a ship tossed by the waves. You are the captain, charting a course by the stars of your own definite purpose. You are the architect. You are the master builder. You are the blacksmith of your own destiny. The fire is waiting. The hammer is in your hand. The metal is hot. Now, strike.